Well, let's welcome you back here on Morning Live. On the 11th of March 2011, Japan was struck by a devastating earthquake followed by a tsunami that caused the damage to the east coast of the island nation and other surrounding countries. Many different South African rescue teams headed the call by the Japanese to assist them in this crisis. Now, these rescuers have been honored by the Japanese government. To tell us more, we joined in our Cape Town studio by Japanese Ambassador to South Africa, Shigeyuki Hiroki, and Colin Deiner. He's a team leader of South African Rescue Team. They join us from our Sea Point studio, like I said earlier on. Gentlemen, a very good morning to you and thank you very much for your time.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Ambassador, let me start with you. When did Japan decide to honor the South Africans involved in rescue efforts?
First, I would like to say thank you, South Africa, and show my deepest appreciation to the people of South Africa. 5 years ago, one of the biggest earthquakes hit northwest part of Japan, and tsunami followed, and more than 20,000 people perished, and hundreds and thousands of people suffered from the catastrophe. Japan has received an outpouring goodwill and sympathy from all over the world, especially from South Africa. Only 5 days after the disaster, you dispatched a rescue team to search for the survivors and to ease the life of the victims. Now, 5 years later, Japan is back. We have reconstructed the nation, the region. We have rebuilt more than 2,200 schools and 170 hospitals, roads, railways, bridges, water and sewage systems, electricity, and telecommunication networks, all are working well.
So basically, yeah. Basically, 5 years later,
yes,
everything has gone back to normal. Like you're saying that you were
yes,
able to reconstruct
yes,
all the important
yes,
buildings.
yes,
Now,
yes.
I do know
and
that the main
issue, the process, I would like to honor those who came to Japan and helped us directly. That's why we are providing and giving the certificate of appreciation to the rescue team from South Africa.
Let me just bring you, Colin, right there. What does it mean to be given such an honor? I'm listening to, the heartfelt appreciation expressed by the ambassador there. How does it feel to be honored in this manner?
Palesa, it's actually amazing. In the kind of work we do in emergency services, you don't really get the kind of gratitude. It's not something that you don't do the job for that. People have got a lot of other things, specifically in like the tsunami and other earthquakes that we've responded to. People have got so much other things that they need to do in terms of reconstructing their country and assisting the people that have been affected by the disaster. So when you go and do it, you don't do it for the gratitude or you don't do it for the recognition, you do it to assist. And so it's very seldom that an emergency services worker actually gets recognition for the kind of work they do. And the fact that in this case that we actually are getting recognized, I think, it's very, very big. It's very seldom that it happens. And we really, really appreciate the fact that the work that was done by the team is recognized in this way.
Well, a well-deserved recognition, I must say there, Colin. But these rescue teams, how do they prepare for this mission in Japan?
When you prepare or get ready to respond to a disaster, there's so much that has to happen. The first thing that you need to do is you can't be a burden on the affected country. They've got too many things to deal with already. So you don't want to get into a situation where you arrive in a country unprepared and then become an extra problem for the country who's already dealing with a massive disaster. So you have to take all your food with, you have to take all the water with, and people work physically very, very hard on responses like this. So it's a lot of water, it's a lot of food. You've got to take the entire camp, all your equipment, all that kind of stuff has to go. You have to go on an aircraft that is either chartered or a military aircraft. You can't fly commercially with that kind of equipment. You're talking about almost 30 tons of equipment. So there's a lot of preparation, and of course the team, they have to be well trained. You have to take people with that mentally can handle 10 to 12 days of working, in the case in Japan at like minus 16 degrees, and still function all the time and keep their spirits up. So there's so many things that need to be taken into account and prepared for before you even leave.
Well, gentlemen, thank you very much. That's where we're going to have to leave it. Thank you very much. We had the Japanese ambassador to South Africa, Shigeyuki Hiroki, and we were also talking to Colin Deiner, one of the team, or he is in fact the team leader of South African rescue team that went on a mission there in Japan. We're taking a break. When we come back, Meflu Mana's favorite, Pretty Enda, will be on the show, and she'll be talking to Leanne just after this. Stay tuned.